Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our channel. My name is Rivka, and we are here again today with the next stage of our learning of the spirit will. Yesterday we started by taking our shoes off, going out there and shaking it out, making sure that we come into this little session clear and clean from all the things that we are carrying, and the shoes are a really great way of doing it. So then you're barefooted or have slippers on and you're comfortable. We also talked yesterday about we did our first token, which was the wave, and it was all about cleaning toxicity and cleansing ourselves. Today we are going to talk about the next token, which is the dolphin. And before we do that, I just want to remind you again about the figure 8, because I think that's one of the most important messages that I got in my journey. And one day we will talk about how I got it, and it's a nice little story. But for today, we're just going to try and remember it again. So I put it in front of 2 candles because the 2 candles actually showing you that idea very, very strongly. You remember quite a few weeks ago, we talked about turning on the light, and that our self, we are like a candle. We've got the physicality, which is that wick. We've got the emotional layer, the mental layer, the spiritual layer. You can see it on the candle very well. So if you sit 2 candles beside each other, between them, there is, like, if you look, there's almost a point where you can see the light touching. And so if you imagine the circle around yourself, that turning on the light, and you've got a light on and a circle of light around you, or an oval light, or whatever you feel that it looks like, then you give that sort of thing as well to someone else. You give it to the supermarket man, or you give it to your mechanic, or you give it to your computer, around your computer. You give them a circle of light as well, and you connect between those two circles. The information that is moving around is a much easier to deal with, because you have that tiny little bit more time, rather than talking to a person where they're right in your face, or you're right in their energy, and there's no light between, there's no breath between. In the spirit wheel, one of the things we learn is how to nurture that inner wisdom, that ability to imagine, that ability to know, to have that knowing. We are nurturing that, and we are nurturing it, combining it with the human strength and weaknesses, acknowledging our strengths and weaknesses, which is not so easy. And as we do that, we combine it with that breath, and that breath is the connection to the divine. Wonderful. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the dolphin, which is our next token. As I said, the dolphin is on your throat chakra, or it represents itself in the throat chakra. It is very, very full of breath. It is moving. It's communication. It communicates between the past, the present, and the future. If you are working, or as you're working with the dolphin, it helps to have that energy of movement, of rearranged stagnant energy. It flows, it releases lumps, it relaxes, it softens, it allows pain to just disappear. The karmic of the dolphin is a diamond opening, which is really lovely. It's like I said, friendly breathing. the communication between the present, the past, and the future is in that place of the dolphin. It is the one that connects to all those, and any information that we get that has to do with communication, clarity, openness, that comes through the dolphin's energy. Now, when we talk about the spirit will and actually what it means, it's very important that we are looking at all the different possibilities that we have. So if we now need a certain healing, if someone has a certain problem, by going through the toolkit of the spirit will, you'll find that it connects and it accepts everything. What does it mean, everything? I mean things that are helpful. I don't mean that it accepts stuff that is going to destroy our life. God forbid, that's not what we're talking about. But you might find that you need a certain healing, and you are learning how to open yourself, how to listen to nature, how to feel your intuitive and find synchronicities, and as you open up through doing the different meditation and the different exercises that we are going to keep doing here, things come your way, and because your awareness is awake, you realize that I've got this problem, and I just saw this, or I just heard that, or I just met that person in the street, and you, instead of going home and going, I should have said something, and that, it actually helps you to be on the spot and go, that's probably what I need. This could help me. It also helps you to realize when things are not correct. Someone might try and convince you this will be really good and all this, and you go, well, it doesn't feel good for me. So there's a way of being really kind and walking away, but without having to feel like you have to do that because this person had told you and you feel obligated. Okay, the meridian of the dolphin is the meridian of the heart, as well as the bladder. It gives you the possibility to love everything that is being created, and it gives an extra opening to the heart when you are working with the energy of dolphin. We're just going to do a small exercise in breathing that's to do with the dolphin. So it will give us that the next step in our journey. If you remember yesterday, we did a breathing with colors. Today we are breathing the in and the out of the breath. So I'd like you to sit comfortably and breathe in a few times just to feel relaxed. Feel your shoulders where they're supposed to be. If you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, that's great. If not, see if you can sit on a little stool with your feet underneath you but don't have weight on them. Or you can sit on a lounge or lie down if that's comfortable for you. You can sit on a chair. Just as long as you're comfortable and your hands are sort of on your lap and not hanging down. And that bone above your breast, the bone that has the thymus underneath it, that bone, try and push it up a little bit. So it's like you lift your breast a tiny bit. Don't worry about your shoulders or anything else. Just lift it up so you can breathe. Try and breathe where your rib cage, every time you breathe, it pushes it out, not forward and back and not up and down, but actually sideways. if you need to put your hand on it and feel that as you breathe in, it pushes it sideways like an accordion. So the air goes all the way into your lungs. Okay. So you breathe in and out a few times. Try and relax a bit. Acknowledge places of tightness or pain. Acknowledge them. Don't pay too much attention to them, but acknowledge them. Breathe in. As you breathe in, say to yourself, I know I'm breathing in. And breathe. Breathe out and say to yourself, I know I'm breathing out. In and out. Breathe in and see yourself as a flower. I see myself as a flower. Breathe out. I feel fresh. In. Beautiful flower. Out. Fresh. In. And out. Breathe in and see yourself as a mountain. Out. Feel solid. In as a mountain. Use your imagination. Out. Solid. In and out. In, I see myself as water. Out, I reflect things as they are. In, I am water. Out, I reflect things as they are. In, I see myself as space. Out, I feel free. I see myself as space. I feel free. In and out. In and out. Beautiful. Each token has also herbs that connect to it. The wave has coriander and dill. The dolphin has ginger and cloves. If you understand herbs, or you try to understand, and we'll talk about it later, they have heat, they have taste. So you've got the hot and the cold, and you've got the sour, the sweet, the salty, the bitter, and the astringent that are tastes that we are using. So the first one that we've studied, the wave, has coriander and dill, which are both cool, while the dolphin, the throat, has ginger and cloves, which are warm. And that doesn't mean that that's the only herbs you can use. It's only give you an indication. It tells you some herbs in order to be able to understand more and more a whole heap of information that will come your way. So one of the information, or part of the information, is to talk about herbs and spices and how they affect us. I want to thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope you will enjoy it. If you do, and if you know somebody else that might find it helpful in their journey, please share it. Please tick the like button, because that's sort of the only way I can see if people actually enjoy it, even if they don't leave a message. But we would love you if you left us some sort of a message, a question, and that will, of course, I'll answer, a request. And I hope you have a lovely day. And may the Spirit be with you.